Let's talk about Stetson Bennett at the parade, guys, and everything that's happened after that.
I'm going to stand up for him too. Just so y'all know.
Good to move to something non-controversial now.
Yeah.
I will stand for Stetson here too. Just you get yourselves prepared.
Yeah, I didn't really have a good read on this one. I was over at the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot, just put my brain in a blender. So I really forgot. I think it gave me CTE. But everything that's happened since Stetson was on control of the aux cord in the car, and our guy Steak Shapiro getting into it with him on Twitter, and Stetson, the only place where Stetson missed in his tweet to Steak was he called him Mr. Medium Rare or something like that. He should have called him Well Done, man. If you really wanted to get after him and insult the guy, you should have called him Mr. Well Done. That was my only problem with Stetson defending himself on the internet.
I've got a really important question. Do we know if we have a Mr. Medium Rare on the board yet? Because that would be a great board.
Yeah, that'd be great. Somebody needs to lock that one in. We're talking to you, Uncle Glenn Hartley.
That'll be my burner.
Oh man, yeah. So listen, I was there. Palmer was there. All right. Stetson engaged for portions of the parade. In other portions of the parade, he was on his phone and he was kind of looking straight ahead. And he did kind of have a little bit of an attitude about him. It wasn't his best day. He wasn't as, super engaged. But I said it. I thought he was trying to soak it in. I thought he was trying. And I think that those comments, I think they were genuine. You think about it. You got one last ride into Sanford Stadium with the 2022 team captains. I didn't think his comments were that bad. They were off, aloof a little bit, and he didn't want to be there. Somebody made him come talk there. I don't know. I mean, he didn't, listen, he drove by my family and my kids. He didn't gesture to them. All right. Kirby did. Mary Beth did. He didn't. I'm not going to hold that against him. At the end of the day, man, it doesn't matter. It's just not a big deal. It's a parade, and there are some people that think Stetson should have sent him off better. There are some people that think Stetson should have just ridden down Lumpkin Street with two middle fingers in the air the entire time.
He's not Aaron Murray, guys. He never has been.
He's not Jake Fromm. Yeah, I mean,
he's always been a little weird behind the mic. He's always been a little aloof.
He's always been real.
Who he is.
But he's also got 2 national championships to speak for him.
And when he pointed, when he's grabbing the mic and he's doing the whole thing, and it's very weird. And he does this whole are you entertained thing like from Gladiator or whatever. He turns around, he looks at them and he points, and they all start laughing. Like he's just got him on a string. Like his whole team just starts laughing. So I don't know, man. They love him, and he's different. I don't think he loves talking to the media. I got where I didn't even like talking to him anymore because I got so sick of hearing, what does it say about you and your story and
talk about your journey.
Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? Like, let's talk to him about his Culver's order or something. Let's do something different. Like, I mean, does he get the cheese curd? I don't know.
Nobody followed up with him, by the way, on that person in his Instagram DMs that tried to sell him an ostrich. No one ever, or a armadillo or whatever. We never got the follow through on that. That's the story America wanted to hear.
I'm very disappointed I didn't know about this because I think I probably would have chased it just as hard as I chased AD.
It was during spring practice, I'm pretty sure.
Somebody was trying to say, oh my God.
Was it an ostrich or a beaver, or it was some exotic animal?
Basically the same thing.
Yeah. It was definitely an exotic animal. We need to look back. I forgot about that, Wes.
My thought is that realistically, Stetson Bennett could have said literally anything he wanted, and it shouldn't matter at all. Who cares? The guy just won you 2 national championships. I mean,
you don't want to say the kind of things that might get you shot if you walk into the lobby of an elementary school.
I think it depends on the establishment now. I mean, I think he did have guaranteed free lunches and dinners and drinks anywhere in Athens, Georgia. Now, I think if you run like a Facebook blog or something and you have a couple kids and you're upset that Stetson Bennett didn't wink at him, then he might not get a free dinner at those establishments.
I'm betting Dad's going to want to stick around for that, and Mom's going to maybe have a problem. But that's neither here nor there.
Listen, and here's the thing. I'll tell you this. Everybody that I've seen complaining about this, I would be shocked to know that if they ran into Stetson Bennett in the airport, at the grocery store, that they wouldn't ask him for a photo. I don't know that anybody was that turned off by it. I mean, there was some, I understand. Listen, he didn't come across how you wanted him to, whatever. But I don't think that anybody would be that pissed off. I really don't.
Yeah, but look, Jake, that's the story of the internet, right? I mean, you have the wherewithal on the internet to cover every hot take talking point you want, to dress down a player that you don't like or disagree with. But hey, you see them and you have the opportunity to get that Instagram story polished off with a photo of the two-time national champion. You're probably going to take it. And that's kind of been my whole kind of just watching from a distance.
Another great
on some of this stuff is just like the last couple of days is crazy to see Georgia fans go from winning these national titles to really starting to flirt with that E word that Kirby Smart warned everyone about with entitlement and enjoying this stuff and soaking it all in. And obviously there's been a tragic story in the middle of all that. But as it pertains to the guys that won the game and these storylines here, they just seem so small to me, and it's fascinating. It's probably the most surprising development of this entire back-to-back national championship run is some of these things that Georgia fans are choosing to fixate on the internet.
It's the world we live in, man. We've got too many different ways to talk.
That's good times, right? Though, I mean, like if these are the things you're worried about, that's what being on the mountaintop is, in my opinion. I mean, you're nitpicking at this point.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways to get into the public square and vent that immediate frustration. There used to be a time, and I'm not trying to sit here in like the good old days. Listen, we're rapidly moving forward and adjusting and learning together.
We're not slowing down.
There was a time where I would have watched that parade with my wife, and if my wife would have had a problem the way Stetson Bennett act, she would have told me, and then she may have, went home, or let's go back to the time when she'd have had to do like a non-smartphone to call a friend, and she's like, "Hey, I got to tell you this real quick, and then I got to save my minutes," that it would have been that way, but we would have had to wait, but now you could tweet immediately. You could tweet immediately after Stetson didn't look at your kid and wink at him, and smile, and say, you can live all your dreams, kid. Look at me. I don't know what they expected, but ultimately that you can react immediately, and that's a problem.